childhood memory you still think about as an adult? When I was 9, my teacher, Mrs. Henderson, announced we'd be doing show and tell about our biggest fears. I felt my stomach drop because I had a secret fear that made me different from everyone else. I was terrified of butterflies, not spiders or snakes or the dark, but butterflies. Everyone thought it was cute or funny when I mentioned it, so I learned to hide it and fake smile when they fluttered around me. On show and tell day, I planned to lie and say I was afraid of monsters under my bed, like a normal kid. But then Sammy Chen went first and brought in a huge glass jar. When he opened it, dozens of monarch butterflies exploded out, filling the entire classroom. I immediately started hyperventilating and crying uncontrollably while 20 butterflies danced around my head. The whole class burst into laughter, pointing at me. "She's crying over butterflies," they shrieked. Mrs. Henderson's face went cold. "This is ridiculous. Stop being such a baby," she snapped. "Butterflies are beautiful creatures. There's nothing to be afraid of." But I couldn't stop shaking and tears kept pouring down my face. She grabbed my arm and dragged me to the front of the class. "Since you want attention so badly, you can stay up here until you stop this nonsense," she announced, leaving me sobbing at the front while butterflies circled above me. The laughter got louder and meaner. Then something happened that I'll never forget. The classroom door opened and my grandfather walked in. He was supposed to pick me up early for a doctor's appointment, but he saw the butterflies, saw me crying, saw the teacher's cruel smirk, and his entire expression changed. My grandfather was a Vietnam War veteran who never talked about the war, never showed emotion, but in that moment, his eyes filled with tears. "Get away from her," he said in a voice I'd never heard before, quiet but deadly serious. Mrs. Henderson rolled her eyes. "She's just being dramatic over some butterflies." My grandfather walked slowly to the front of the class and knelt down beside me, wrapping his arms around my shaking body. "It's okay, sweetheart," he whispered. "You're safe now." Then he stood up and faced the teacher. "My granddaughter has lepidopterophobia, a real phobia that she developed after witnessing something traumatic." His voice was steady, but his hands were trembling. "She watched her baby brother die when a swarm of butterflies led him into traffic chasing them when she was 4 years old." The classroom went dead silent. Mrs. Henderson's face drained of all color. "She's carried this trauma for 5 years, and you just forced her to relive her worst nightmare for entertainment," my grandfather continued. "Not only that, but you humiliated a child who was having a panic attack instead of helping her." I had never heard Grandpa tell anyone about what happened to my brother Tommy. Even our family barely talked about it, but there he was, protecting me with the truth. Mrs. Henderson started stammering. "I didn't know. I'm sorry. You didn't know because you didn't ask," Grandpa cut her off. "You assumed a child's fear was fake without trying to understand it." He helped me gather my things and started walking toward the door. Then he turned back. "I'll be speaking with the principal about this, and if I ever hear that you've shamed another child for their fears, real or imagined, there will be consequences." We walked